Lauren will share a few words with you about the importance of being an organ donor. She was placed on the heart transplant list. Her family came very close to losing her, but she did receive her gift of life on December 30, 2013. It was a very long recovery. She ended up coming home in May of 2014 from Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. Since then, all has been well, and she is still working on getting her strength back. And she certainly looks great. So let's welcome her.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I just want you to know I'm really nervous. When we got here, I told my mom I'm more nervous now than when we were on the way for me to get my heart. So, bear with me. All right, I want to thank the Chicopee Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to speak this morning. As the ambassador of Donate Life for Chicopee, my name is meizo, and I'm a survivor. At the age of 22, I was placed on the active heart transplant list. Up until that point, I was going to school in Newton, Mass. To become a veterinarian, and I was driving back here every weekend to work. I was very active. I also have a form of muscular dystrophy that only 5 of us in the world have. And despite all that, I still kept very busy and very active. Still to this day, I haven't fully grasped the heart transplant, what the heart transplant has put me through, or what I went through. But I wish that no one ever has to go through what I went through. When waiting for an organ, besides your patients being tested, you're really forced to think about your life. Before transplant, I was always lethargic, short of breath, and constantly filling up with fluid. But now, I have the energy to do everything that I couldn't before. For 10 days, at an end, I would have a catheter line in my neck, also known as a PA line. It was called a leash, as we joked, because I could only stand up next to the side of my bed. I was basically bedbound. And on that 10th day, I was able to go outside, have a shower, and do everything else. But then that next day, I would be leashed again. At that point, being leashed or with a catheter, you're at the top of the priority list. And I was very blessed to be even accepted. Despite needing a heart transplant or any organ like that, you're not guaranteed. Currently, there's over 125,000 people waiting for their life-saving organ, and to put that in retrospect, that's enough people to fill Gillette, Benway, and the TD Garden, as well as hundreds of thousands waiting for waiting for tissue and corneas. Every day, 21 people die on that list. That's about one person every 90 minutes. Or every 10 minutes, someone else is added. And unlike me, they're not going to be blessed, and they're not going to be able to receive their special gift of life without your help. I endured various complications and overcame every obstacle I encountered. On December 29, 2013, I received the call that a donor became available. At 12:15 on the 30th, my new heart was placed inside me. That night, back in my IEC room, I flatlined. My mother was walking my older brother out, Mike Thibault. As she described to me, lights were flashing and people were racing into my room. She said, "Please don't be Lauren's room." I was described that my nurse, Terry, was on top of me doing CPR. And at that point, I wasn't closed either. It took them close to a week to even close me. But despite fractured ribs, I made it through. Kidney failure, a lung collapsed, I had to have 3 trachs, I needed to learn how to walk again twice, and much more. Having a transplant is a complete lifestyle change. Before getting sick, like I mentioned, I was a full-time student. But now I need to watch everything I eat. Before I was a sun goddess and I loved to tan, and now I need to wear SPF 50+. I am one of the lucky ones, though. I want you all to remember one thing from my speech. 1 equals 50. One donor has the potential to help over 50 people, whereas one person can save 8 lives. Your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your pancreas, your intestines, and your liver can give back to someone else. It can give them their second chance. Ways to become an organ donor include going to the DMV, but also you can do it online at donatelifenewengland.org. Or you can see me afterwards and I can give you the business cards, and then you'll have a link to my mother's blog and you can sign up there. I want to thank you all, and I want you to please consider becoming an organ donor.